thank you guys for joining me on this Let's Play. Greetings, Portal Masters. It's Lou here from Activision in our awesome supercharged office, getting ready to do a Let's Play of the Land of the Undead level, where we're going to try and rescue Eon from the clutches of Count Moneybone. So let's hop on in, check it out.
Oh, hello! You know, I've spoken with thousands of kings and tyrants, and do you know what they all have in common? Worry. Well, worry no longer. My name is Count Moneybone, and I'm here to help. Traditional dungeons and detention centers foster anger and resentment among detainees. But not here. Why, even the who's who of Skylands will pop in for an invigorating stay in one of our luxury Traptanium penthouse suites. Oh, my accommodations are quite lush. Come to the dimensional dungeon of dehabilitation and look at things from a new perspective.
Call me crazy, but I don't think this Moneybone fella's on the up and up.
You think?
This place looks nothing like the brochure. Someone should talk to this Moneybone fella about integrity in advertising.
Maybe we can do that after we free Master Eon from that Traptanium prison, Flynn.
I see where that could be a priority. Alrighty, so what's the plan?
That gate looks pretty hefty. I think we'll need to track down some heavy-duty explosives.
I'm following you. Let's start things off with a boom, right?
Alright, Portal Masters, we're now here in the Land of the Undead, Chapter 16, Not As Advertised. Now, our objective here is to rescue Master Eon, get him out of that Traptanium prison. Now, if you guys remember, Traptanium was introduced in Skylanders Trap Team, and it's actually kind of ironic that Moneybone is using that to keep Eon trapped.
Life element are stronger in this zone.
Now, Portal Masters, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Count Moneybone is actually a villain that we introduced in Skylanders Swap Force for the Nintendo 3DS. We liked him so much that we decided to bring him back. Alright, so I just showed you guys a hidden cave, and I lucked out and ended up getting a really cool Sky Stone. I got the Pendergast Sky Stone. And that's something that you can use in any game of Sky Stones if you add it to your deck, which I'm going to do. He's a really effective card, where if you lay him down in a spot, he'll actually summon a vehicle in an empty spot. And so it's basically 2 cards in one. Really, really effective. So I'm using Frightful Fiesta in this level because I figured it'd be kind of fun to use a Halloween-themed character in the Land of the Undead. And so Frightful Fiesta is a little leveled up, which is great. I get to use some of his crazy moves, like summoning his own bandmates. One of the things that's really fun about that is that these bandmates actually have different abilities based on what instrument they're playing. So some have guitars, some have the ability to utilize tambourine. There's a bunch of different instruments, and that'll change whether or not they're ranged or kind of a melee-focused type bandmate. And they'll follow you, which is kind of fun. So we got to watch out for these spinning undead cat skeleton security guards. Now, if I tap the attack button for Fiesta in time, it'll actually create these solo notes, which will seek out enemies. And if I do a number of them, I'll get a spotlight on me. So a lot of the enemies in the Land of the Undead are just that. They're actually undead. Now, did you know that if you upgraded your Portal Master rank, you can actually choose a power which gives you a damage boost against undead enemies, which is really great for this level.
Special Agent 321, designation Softpaw at your service and reporting for duty. Operation Little Lost Sheep is underway. I have spent months infiltrating this detention center to determine the best way to safely extract Master Eon from Moneybone's clutches. It's going to be tough, but we can do it! I have mastered the use of these perspective gates. Passing through them will change your gravitational orientation and allow you to get past Moneybone's defenses. Good luck, Skylander. See you on the other side. Softpaw, going dark.
Transfer complete.
Alright, now Softpaw just told us about these crazy perspective gates. And when walking through it, it'll actually teleport us to a different perspective. And so now it gives that feeling that we're actually walking on the walls or a sideways landmass. It's absolutely crazy. And this is actually something that was inspired by an artist named MC Escher, who was used to making these kind of trick drawings to make it look like people were walking upside down and right side up. And so when you play through this level, you'll get that feeling, a little disorienting, but a lot of fun, that you're walking on the walls, walking sideways, and really just changing perspective. Hence the name Perspective Gates.
Plenty to go around.
Right, and so up ahead is our first land vehicle zone. But first, another check-in with Softpaw.
Rendezvous achieved. Glad to see you made it, Skylander. This path leads to the detention center proper. You'll have to use your vehicle with the land designation to reach the compound. Keep your head on a swivel, Skylander. There's danger everywhere. Softpaw, out.
Alright, and so for this land vehicle zone, I've actually got Burn Cycle already on the Portal of Power, ready for us to use.
Let's settle up.
Now the Burn Cycle is one of the fastest vehicles we've got. It's really, really nimble, very agile, and it has some really cool attacks. So let's break into the prison here, bust those doors down. Now there's a lot of different areas that you can choose to go when going up this track. I tend to try and take the high ground. Oh yeah, I still made it. Take the high ground, so that way you can get as many collectibles as possible. All the while trying to take out these security guards as well. And so the Burn Cycle lobs these flaming balls of lava, and they actually have a delayed explosion, so they'll stick to the enemy before eventually exploding, causing really, really big damage. And then the secondary attack is the ability to lay down basically a fire trail as you do a wheelie, which is kind of funny considering it doesn't have a back wheel. But it really helps to take out any enemies who are trying to chase you. And here you'll see I took the high ground and I actually unlocked a mod. Perfect timing. I got the burning bumper for the Burn Cycle. So let's equip it, and you can see how it's going to increase our top speed and our acceleration. All right.
Excellent.
Most of the time I just like popping a wheelie because it's fun. And so now Count Moneybone has actually turned on the security searchlights, which we're going to have to actively avoid. And so our objective in this area is actually try to find a way to break through this gate. Now to do so, we're going to need to find one of those powder kegs, all the while avoiding the security searchlights. You can use these perspective gates to warp through different areas, avoiding the searchlights. So we're going to need to come over here, and you got to get your timing right to make sure that you're not going to get, oh, you got to watch out. Oh, they got me. So you got to watch out because then they'll call in reinforcements, which are more enemies to defeat, and they'll launch missiles at you as well. So you really got to watch out for those searchlights. Now once you get your powder keg, don't worry about how fast you're going, because if you stop moving, the powder keg won't run out of powder. It's not a timer. It's actually based on how far you move. And so the trick is to go through that perspective gate to save up on the powder to be able to get to the door. Then you drop it. Remember to always look away from the explosion because you look cooler when you do that. Alright, so now we're going to continue forward, getting further in to the land of the Undead's prison.
Excellent work, Skylander! You have infiltrated the dark and crusty underbelly of Moneybone's detention center. You'll have to stay frosty going forward. They've activated more of those dangerous security spotlights. If they spot you, blammo! Continue to Moneybone's tower to extract Master Eon. I will rendezvous with you at the next checkpoint.
Alright, and so now we've made it to the next chapter. And here's a spot where if you really want to, you can upgrade your vehicle to make sure that you have the weapons and shields necessary to continue. I'm actually going to take this time to switch over to another Skylander. And so I'm going to switch out Frightful Fiesta for Hurricane JET-VAC.
Hawk and door!
And I'm going to continue forward. Now my Hurricane JET-VAC has some really cool upgrades. You can see I've got these awesome wings. And that's tied to one of the upgrades you get when increasing your abilities for Hurricane JET-VAC. And so over here to the left is actually a secret area which you can use to find some additional items as well as help some Mabus kind of break out of their jail cells. But there will also be more enemies to take on. Alright, we cleared out the enemies. And there's a powder keg here. So let's grab that. So you want to go into this other jail cell and use it to blow up this chest. And once you've done that, you'll actually get another random luck chest. Now, did you guys know that these actually are randomized? And so as you play through the levels again, or encounter these for the first time, what you get will actually be a surprise. And so let's see what we get this time. All right, I got a soul gem. So I got Spitfire soul gem, the Flame Nadoing. It's a great name. I'm not going to preview them now, but it's really cool that when you get those soul gems, you actually get a video showing off that character. It's really fun. And over here's a character that you can play Skystones against. Now we're going to save Skystones for another video, but if you defeat a Skystones player in a level, you'll actually unlock another Skystone for your own collection. So now we're going to continue back to the main path, because I don't want to keep Master Eon waiting. And so here we're going to need to try and find another powder keg. And so there's a lot of hidden side areas. And so here is a supercharger gate, which I can access. Or I can continue forward and explore and try and find a powder keg to go back to this left side area to break into another one of those chests. And so what I'm going to do is check out that supercharger gate since I've got Hurricane JET-VAC on the portal. Right. And so this one's really tricky. It's a lot of fun. So you start sideways But then there's a switch over here which will allow you to move this bridge. And so you want to choose which way the bridge is facing so that when you go into the perspective gate, you'll come out the correct way that you want to. So let's try with it facing up. Let's see where we end up. Alright, so this is the way to get the powder keg. You gotta be quick to avoid the spotlights. Make your way back across, and then we're gonna go and flip the bridge. Now that the bridge is flipped, we can use this powder keg to crack into the treasure chest on the lower level. Alright. Drop the powder keg, and dropping the powder keg will ignite it. And we've broken into the luck chest. Let's see what we get this time. Awesome, we've got another soul gem, this time for Sharkshooter Terrafin, the sand snare attack. Make sure to collect all the treasure and make my way back. Now, a fun trick for experienced portal masters is the fact that you can actually take the powder keg from the upper level and use it to get into those other gates that need the powder keg. It's kind of a fun way to skip around the level. So I've got just enough powder to make it back to that treasure chest. Uh-oh, I've triggered another one of the security checkpoints. But I made it to the treasure chest. Alright, awesome. I found another soul gem. This is really lucky for me. And I've got Hurricane JET-VAC soul gem. This is the character that I'm playing as, which is absolutely great. Portal Masters, before JET-VAC was a Skylander, did you know he actually had wings? He ended up actually losing them, so it's actually pretty cool that he gets a set of wings back when you upgrade Hurricane JET-VAC. Alright, so we need to make our way through this gate. And so I'm going to go to this other area to get a powder keg. Gotta watch out for those security spotlights, though. I'm already hurting a bit more than I should be. Gotta time it right. Take out these armored bone chompies. Oh, watch out. Oh good, he left me some jello. That was nice of him. Alright, if you guys saw, for a burst of speed I used JET-VAC's tertiary attack, where he lunges forward with his claws. What's fun is there are these little rockets here, which if you spread some of the powder over, when the powder keg explodes, it'll ignite the rockets. They'll fly off, and you'll actually get a reward for doing so. You'll see some coins rain down from the sky. Alright. Moving forward, looks like we've got a sky vehicle sequence up ahead.
Thank goodness you're here, Skylander. We managed to commandeer a bunch of transport ships to get the prisoners out of here, but it was a trap. The guards have deployed grappler beams and pinned the transport ships. You have to help us. Well, you don't have to, but it would be great if you did.
Alright, so to take out those enemy ships and actually help the prisoners escape, we're going to switch our land vehicle out for a sky vehicle. And I'm actually going to use JET-VAC's Jetstream.
Jetstream. Wind frenzies. Wind
So now that we've placed Jetstream on the Portal of Power with JET-VAC, we're going to create a supercharged combo.
Supercharged.
Check out those brass feathers.
It's go time!
Alright, so here we've got to try and take out all of the enemy ships that are attacking our escaping prisoner ships. So I'm going to use everything that JET-VAC's got. He fires these awesome propeller blades which will bounce between enemies if you're attacking enemies that are close to one another. And then the secondary attack will allow you to shoot a combination where, when unleashed, will actually create a hurricane which will attack multiple enemies as well. Alright, when you've got an enemy locked onto you, you want to do quick, sudden side-to-side movements and sharp barrel rolls to try and break that lock on. Now in this level you can see these markers, which are actually the lanes that the prison ships are on. If they're red, it means that there are enemies still attacking them. You'll see them turn green if the lane becomes clear. Alright, so we've protected the first set, now we've got a second set coming in that we'll need to protect. But real quick, through some exploration, I found a mod chest. So let's see what we unlocked. Alright, looks like we unlocked the Vintage Forge Crank, and it's for JET-VAC. So let's see if we can equip it. Alright, got a new engine for Jetstream.
An excellent choice.
Okay, let's pause it for now. Alright, Portal Masters, we're going to leave it there for now, to be continued, and when we get back, we're going to take on Count Moneybone and finish the rest of the Land of the Undead level. So thank you guys for joining me for this Let's Play. Leave some comments and subscribe to the channel, and come on back for the exciting conclusion. We'll see you later.